something about the way she moves. I can't figure it out. There's something about her.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a David Hockney interpretation from the book that I mentioned before. What we're going to do is we're going to sketch out one of the many pictures that are in the book from his series in Yorkshire where he has his home. So let's start sketching out and I'll be telling you different things I'm seeing. I think it's easier than the one we did of Sargent. I think it's much easier. You know, we'll have different levels here. It's great, but I think we're going to learn something in each one. So let's get ready. Okay, let's start. The drawing is basically different, like I always say, background, foreground, and we have a very main focal point, which is the perspective, right? We need to always find the horizon. That's what I love about landscapes. So that focal point, if you really pinpoint it, today I do have a right size paper. It's definitely a rectangle. That foreground is right here, okay? So how do I find that on a page when I'm interpreting something? Usually I will draw an imaginary line in the middle and another one here. And if I do the same thing, it helps me to translate, right, what's in each quadrant. So I will see that the focal point is right here, right below the second quadrant. And then I have, it's actually easier to do this way. Here we go. I won't draw everything because I want to do that with paint, but I will draw what are the important lines to have. So the street is very important, and it does like a little, he has a really great effect here, which is like this. And you have a little red to counterbalance the green, and the rest I'm just going to do it by eye, just draw, and then I just need a little bit of line for the tree. Okay? Today I switched up the music for you. I have a little bit of jazz. I won't have that many options because of the copyright on YouTube until I'm able to pay for a site of some sort. But I'd rather keep it simple, right? Have some instrumental music while I talk to you. All right, that's about it. That's all I need. It's not very much. As you can see, it's not very much, but it's enough. It's enough information for me to start painting. Okay? Hey guys, well, welcome to this video. I'm here with Tony, my little baby, and he wanted to tell you very important news. He says that this is a break for our sponsor, and that sponsor is us and our paintings. As you can see, we have many paintings that you guys can choose on all of the beautiful objects, and you can go to my Etsy and, you know, take your pick. If you don't see something you like, just write me, and I will put it on any object you like for the holidays, for birthdays, for weddings, and I hope to make something special out of your gifts, So enjoy, and let's go back to the video. Welcome back. So here we are. We are going to start painting like I was telling you, and I'm going to begin by choosing my colors. I have a little bit of black, which is gray. I'm going to water it out, and you have, hopefully, yes, the right tone of gray. Here we go, and I'm definitely going to tell you this paper is different. It's less expensive. I also like it more because, like I said before in the previous Paint With Me, the problem with having very expensive paper is that you feel intimidated, right? And you should just find something that is within your budget but not too cheap. I will show you this paper in a minute. I definitely have to start erasing because I can see the lines in my drawing right here. So let's... Got no music for you today. Put some music on for you. What do you want to hear? Some no copyright, classical, jazz. That's what we were listening to. I don't think I can play the Christmas jazz. So, could be free Christmas music. Look at that. All right. Okay. So, I've erased quite a bit. I'm going to erase a little bit more. Voilà, because I only needed the main lines for knowing where to place my paint down. So we already have this grayish. There's going to be a nice shadow right there. So, like I said, I also want to change up a bit the colors, the tonalities, because if not, it's not my own. It's a version of Hockney, but I also want to make it a little bit more interesting for me, so I'm going to invent some stuff. Okay, here I can see that the line does not match the end of it. Doesn't matter. We're just using this painting as inspiration, right? All right, let's go in with some green. Now, like I mentioned, I have to pick up some more greens because I have a very limited quantity here. They are running low. All right, here I like this very bright green. I'm gonna make the little grass. He makes them very basic, you see? Very, very basic. All right, there's this whole area here. I'm going to do a wet on wet. Go back to my first paint with me to figure out what type of painting you need. I can make a little reminder, but I'm going to wet the paper and then I'm going to put down the tones for a little bit of an effect. Okay, here we go. So I'm seeing this line is quite off. You may want to draw this better than I did so you don't have to erase while you're painting. But the little dog is going wild here. What's going on? You want to show the people? What are you looking for? What's going on down there? Eh? Alright. I'm going to put in a little bit of yellow to vary this green out. How about that? Yeah, like now that I have this violet, which wasn't on the original painting, I know that I want to do a complementary. So I'll put down some yellow and I balance it out, right? And we're going to keep going with this yellow over here. And boom, we have some interesting tonalities, right? All right, and then I'm going to put some... This is a very simple painting in comparison to the first one we did of Sargent, because it's quite literally a plein air painting he made, and that's it. The other one was more of a search for plein air, but with a personage, probably himself, the character. But this one's very simple. And I should probably put beginner. Well, the other one, you know, a beginner could do it, but it's a little bit more detailed. So I'm gonna put some blue in here too. Just, you know, make everything pretty nuanced, textured. Okay, and here near the bottom, you can tell that there is a wet on wet situation because of the nuance yellow and green. So we're going to try to do that by putting some yellow Then right next to it, we're going to put some green. And see just what happens. Let the water do what it needs to do, right? Looks very nice. I've been thinking of ideas for videos, and I'm pretty sure we're going to go out. It's winter here in Toulouse. We're going to go out to this wooded area that I really like, and we are going to paint a plein air. I do have to choose a day that is, like today, for example, it's very windy. You might be overhearing this. We are going to do a day that is not too cold as well. But I like it. It has a great, earthy feel, and the colors are really great at the woods. So, a lot of wind here in Toulouse. I really like this painting. So as you can see, the page is becoming very irregular because it's not taped to a surface. So I encourage you to try to tape your papers to a surface so that you don't run into this error. Keep going with the greens. It doesn't have to be exact, just use it for reference. What I do think is interesting is that there's all sorts of greens, and you just make that by grabbing a green, adding blue or yellow, and you have different tones. And then you wait, like I said, one of the ways to paint watercolor is waiting for it to dry and placing another tone nearby. I like this green. Maybe add some brownish. Careful when you're painting like this that the water doesn't drip. I'm doing this for purposes of our video because last time I filmed and it was not a great angle. So here you have the correct angle, but you have a little bit more risk. Yeah, this is a very nice plein air. I thought it was going to be a little bit less intense, but I'm coming to see that it still has quite a bit of work. Okay. There we go. And that's going to water out. Has a little bit of white. There we go. Okay. Leave a little white line between the greenery and the road. And this we're going to water out. So it's not a very difficult line there. I took a little break so I could come back refreshed and see what's actually missing. I believe it's not exactly the same like I was saying, which isn't the idea. I do want it to be somewhat similar. So I'm just going to play with the things that I like. Once the painting is dry, I can do my technique of layered texture. Okay, so I'll just put some deeper tones so that things become a little bit more awake, I like to say. We will have a nice finished product. What am I going to do with all of these? I hope that I can get many of these either up for sale. You know, if you want one, you can buy it. Although I'd like for you to make it yourself and sell it yourself. So we will see. This is a YouTube channel that I have made so that I can do many tutorials for you. The next one is going to actually be oil. It's a painting that I was working on before I started the YouTube channel many years ago, but I reactivated it not so long ago. So my idea is to show you another technique, which of course I don't want you to go out and buy a whole nother set of paints, but you know, if you're not into oils, at least maybe something from the oil tutorial will help you with painting. And if not, it's just a therapeutic video to watch before you do another watercolor. Yes, that is the idea. Okay, I'm going to do some dabbing with a little bit of a intention of making leaves, even though it's not the case on Hockney's. I like to add a little bit of, he has a few here. right. There you go. I'm done. I feel it's done, at least. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial of painting watercolor. After the vlog of going to Paris to see Hockney's exhibition, I thought we might as well. And I will see you for the next tutorial, which is going to be an oil painting one. And I just hope you enjoy. So make sure to follow and subscribe if you love this content. Recommend it to a friend. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.